We're live!
Evening, guys.
Evening.
Evening.
Welcome to Vape Talk UK, the only show where you're going to see three fat guys sweat really badly because it's really hot, and you're going to see James imitate a fucking Knicks basketball player. What a penis.
I've gone naked tonight. I haven't got my overlay up, so...
Yeah, well, the quality of your cam at the moment...
Can't do this tonight.
No.
It's like, yeah, you can't... Well, you can still point.
Yeah.
I'm not editing the video afterwards, but yeah. So welcome, guys and girls, everybody that's in the chat already. If you're not in the chat, then join vapetalkuk.co.uk. Enter in the chat. You can log in with your Facebook, and you can just chat to us and chat to everybody else that's in the chat room. How many times did I say chat then, guys?
That's 6.
Chatted a lot of shit.
Chat.
That's what the show's all about, though. For those of you that don't know, we are basically, essentially, a vaping-themed show. We talk about vaping, we talk about news, we talk about liquids, we talk about coil building, mods, etc. And the whole aim is just to have a laugh for an hour and a half with you guys in the chat and try and get some issues out of the way. We're joined today by Dale, who's the Yorkshire Vapor.
Hello.
Give us a little intro, Dale. Come on, we'll put you on the spot.
Cheers, mate. I'm the Yorkshire Vapor. I have a very premium juice line in the UK. Unrivaled, some may say. And yeah, if you want some, it's here. It's down here. These guys have all tried it. Just only watch the ones where they like the flavour, really. If they weren't a fan of it, just skip straight past that one and you'll find the juices you want.
By premium, he means if you want a Nicky Rush.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else offers that in the UK. I think that's quite a selling point, to be honest. You get more for your money.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I think exactly the same. You get 4 pulls and it's like, that's enough for the day.
Exactly. It's full 115ml bottle lasts you 2 weeks.
Right, let's go through what we're vaping on. Let's just do this very quickly. Let's start with Tom.
Start with me. Okay, so I am on the Snow Wolf 200 watt. That 2 other guys in here are on that tonight as well.
Don't do that. That's a surprise.
Oh, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise because we all know how good the 200 watt is. Got the Zephyr Butter V2 just been released. Got that from Evolution Vaping. Thank you, James, for sending that for review. Appreciate that, mate. And I'm currently in it at 150 watts, and it's like breathing. And I'm on, well, I would say Dale's Juice because he's in here, but I'm not. I'm on Hodges Homebrew's Blueberry Heaven.
James, let's get you out of the way before we lose connection.
Yeah. I am on the Stigelli 150 watt, and I've also got this little Ivogo Evil Monk as well, little RDA that got sent through today. And I've got some Bad Nana from Uncle Junk's Genius Juice. And then in the temp control, in the sub-tank, I've got, what is this one? This is Pink Meadow from Uncle Junk's Genius Juice. So a bit of a theme going on today.
Now, that Evil Monk, obviously you guys have got yours, and I haven't got mine yet.
Oh.
What's it like? What's it like to build on?
It's
Easy.
I found it easy.
Because for those that don't know, it's a postless. So it's got no posts on it.
Well, it's the first postless dripper. There's been postless, tanks before, but it's the first rebuildable dripper that's with put no posts. Dale, you have tried mine, and the flavour on it is awesome.
Yeah, but it puts me right off. I can't coil with something with posts. So I'm not even trying to entertain something where there's nothing to attach it to, invisible.
What you need to do is just chuck them in there and just see if they sit.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've got a Tom's. I'll just drop one of those Porky McNasties in that Blue Pig sent me. Drop them in top and see where they land.
But it's flavoursome. James, you've only had it today, haven't you? So you're not really through it, but it's proper.
It's a proper flavour machine, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd come to say it would be the Derringer killer, if I'm honest.
I mean, the airflow is a bottom airflow, so it's even it's it's airflow both sides, but if you still just have the two holes open, because it's pushing up from the bottom, you're getting flavour pushed straight up.
So with the coils being on the deck, right on the bottom, and with bottom airflow, how does it leak, or?
No.
That's what I thought it would do, but no, it hasn't leaked today.
Do you have to be quite sparing with your liquid on it?
You use the little silver bits you get in the box.
I haven't used them yet, but no, you've got little airflow blockers.
What you basically do is you put them in the holes on the base, so it raises the hole up. So when you actually have juice in, it doesn't flood straight into there. So it's actually a raised juice well, but it's not the actual deck it's the air holes that are raised, and that helps like to fill your base up with juice rather than re-dripping all the time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't leak.
And what did you have, Tom? Your Buddha?
Yeah.
Let's have a look then.
The Buddha, the Brazy Buddha.
Have you put your? You have some 20 gauge wire, didn't you?
I have got some 20 gauge wire, but as we discussed last time, it was crazy because the ramp down time. Forget the ramp up time. The ramp up time was like that, but the ramp down time was about 30 seconds. So it was like it was cooking your juice, even though you wasn't vaping it. So I just sacked it off. But I've literally just got like 22 gauge in here. 15 wraps, reading at 0.6, and it's fucking chucking.
You like it then?
Absolutely love it. I had the version 1, and that one too bad, but this is full metal. It was plastic was the top, so the top of the cap was all plastic. Now it's all metal. Doesn't give that much heat off, but you can literally fire this at like 300, 400 plus watts.
Wow. How's that sit on the snow wolf?
It's the overhang of death. The overhang of death. You can just see the overhang. But it's an absolute fucking monster.
I know how it feels, mate.
You should try it. You should try it on an iStick 30. Check out the overhang of that.
They do the Mangala, which is the 22mm version of it, but that's only 2 posts. But that's awesome as well. I think that's got like 46 air rolls as well.
This is a really hot vape. I found it if you take it past 35 watts, it just gets a bit too warm. It's a derelict, but it still gets blooming hot.
Have you not tried it with temp control yet?
No, not yet.
Have you dualed it or single?
Just a single in this one today.
Yeah, I found that the single got a little bit hot, but the Delrin's alright on the drip tip, so it wasn't that bad for me. And now I've took it off the eye, it seems to be leaking a little bit. Took it off the box, the eye is leaking.
So what are you vaping on, Dale?
I've got the Stone Wolf again, with the Roll Hunter, with Element Strawberry Whip. I cannot hack 150 watt at all. I'm on 85 watts. 150 watts are just sitting on my ass. I've got another overhang, Aspire Mega on the Sigelli with unicorn milk in it. Again, quite low, 60 watt. And then I've got my Coolfire with Jack Vapor's Raspberry, which I've not been able to put down for about 9 months.
What's the Coolfire like?
For a 40 watt unit and a 2,000 mile battery, it lasts me all day and I'm just constantly on it. So I cannot fault that at all. It's a cracking little device. I'm quite known for using 28 watts on high wattage devices and wasting them, so I just thought I need something low power.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was running a sub tank on my Snow Wolf at 27.5 watts. Just a massive waste, just a huge waste. I mean, don't get me wrong, the batteries lasted about 2 weeks. But, yeah. I do love the Roll Hunter though. I was waiting because I ordered a package from Blue Pig Vaping because I can't coil for shit. And I didn't want to waste any crappy pre-made canthal in there, so I just put some of these quad twisted somewhat others in it, and it's absolutely fantastic. It makes Strawberry Whip taste nice now, apart from that crappy Kennedy that Tom told me to get.
Have you thought about getting the Coil Master?
I can't use them, I've still got sausage fingers. I can make a coil on the Coil Master, but getting it from the Coil Master onto the deck is a problem. I need something I can just put in and screw down and trim off. And Blue Pig's coils are too chubby to damage, so I'm alright with them.
Fair enough. And
that's the thing. That's the thing with like Blue Pig. They offer the service for people that aren't able to build. It's not necessarily people can't build. It's the fact that some people might just have arthritic hands or anything like that, you know.
I struggle that much with sometimes even getting the coils in. On the way down to Vape Jam, I called into Blue Pigs. I went to his house and asked him to put the coils in my drippers. I literally took like a 20-mile detour to go to him. It was just "Oh, can you put these in there?" But I can't do it.
You live fairly close to Dale anyway, so I'm sure Dale will lend a hand whenever you need it. I'm pimping you out, basically, Tom.
Yeah, Dale's helped me out plenty of times. Cheers, Dale.
No problem, mate. You know what I am.
Right, well, I'm Pixel Vape, that sort of jazz, and I am on Snow of 200, which I got today. And boy, am I happy with this fucking thing. It's heavy as shit. My battery cover hasn't got any problems. Unlike yours, Tom.
Neither does mine, mate. Tom just buys all that faulty clearance shit.
I think fucked me over. They went, that big fucker, that big Tom, fuck him and give me a shit. You know what I mean?
It's because they had you like maracas, Tom. That's why you got the Camry and now you got this one.
The maraca.
The harmonizer.
Maybe just they don't think anyone watches your reviews, Tom. So they just we'll send in shit, but no one will see it.
So yeah, I'm on this, but I'm actually trying out the temp control feature on this, and I've got to say it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The best of I got a DNA 40 device. I've got the Smock M80. We can't really class that as temp control. Yeah, so I got that on the troll doing temp sensing, and then I have got another thing that arrived today, the Castigador, or however you say that. And I actually brought this because I saw Pixie vaping it.
Yeah, it's a good little review. That I enjoyed watching that review. I actually watched it all the way through, and in one of his blogs, I gave him a shout out because he did give me a shout out in one of his blogs. Because when we took the piss out of him, Rik, now you see me. No, you don't.
How small it is for a dual 18650. It is tiny. Absolutely tiny. It's so good in the hand. I mean, the edges are a little bit sharp. You know what I mean? If you catch your finger on the corner, I mean, you have to be some sort of office worker to think that. But
what happens when you buy clones?
Yeah, well, But it's absolutely gorgeous. And another thing that I got this week, where's it gone? The reason why I'm not using it, it's the Tesla 160.
Oh yeah.
Fucking thing ever.
And it's shit. Doesn't even work. Fuck it. Right. The people I got it off of have offered me a refund when I send that back. It just doesn't fucking work. You fire it 3 times and it comes up with battery weak.
I called that before you even received it.
You did call it, but
is that a generic fault throughout all of them? Do you reckon? There's been quite a few with that fault.
I do not know. I've done some research online. I was looking online and I couldn't really find much on it. But for me, this is my own personal experience. Yeah. So yeah, but then that's what you get when you buy fairly cheap devices, I guess.
Yeah, but when you run out of wood on the fire, just launch it on there. Do you know what I mean? It'll help it out.
I'll get some money back for that.
Turn it into a mech.
I could do, because the Tesla 2 is brilliant.
Yeah.
The Invader. That's absolutely brilliant. I can't fault that.
I mean, the box. Definitely turn it into a mech mod, couldn't you? A series or a parallel.
It looks ugly as fuck. It's ugly as sin.
Or just get my money back.
It's comfy to hold though. When I had mine, I thought it was really comfy. But I ain't got girl hands like you, Tom. I can handle a big mod.
Sorry.
Well, Tom's had no experience with handling big mods anyway, so.
I just look a bit less than my snowball for a minute, so it's all good.
We're getting a little bit of feedback. I think it's from you, Tom. No, we're not. It's stopped now.
All good?
Yeah, well, that's that. So that's what we're vaping on.
I want to know why Dale's not vaping on his own juice.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what juice I'm vaping on. Coconut, it looks like First, but it's Twist by the Yorkshire Vapor.
Coconut First?
And Raspberry Cuss 4R'd.
It's just Rik, he can't read italics. It's just got to be Times New Roman now. He doesn't understand it.
So yeah, that's what I'm vaping on, and I'm actually enjoying it.
You sound surprised.
Surprised with what?
You sound surprised that you're enjoying it.
Well, yeah, because I heard different things about the Snow Wolf from a few different people, and
There we talk about the juice.
What about the juice? You sound really surprised that you're enjoying juice around.
Well, no, I only held those up for advertising purposes. I'm really vaping on Drip Drop. I'm not really, Dale. I am vaping on your juice.
That's alright, mate. You've made the cut now.
Oh dear. So what have we got coming up?
A few things.
Oh, you want me to fucking do it?
Well, you're the
You're the host, bitch.
Okay, all right. I didn't agree to this. Let's start off with Cloud9 vaping then.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. So, what's happened? Cloud9 vaping. They've released test results, and the main issue they had was with 5 Pawns juice.
Yep.
One of the most expensive juices on the market.
So what they've done is they basically dropped their whole line, the 5 Pawns line, which is fair enough. You're going to see this trend coming along with these companies testing the juices from the people they get them from, the companies they get them from. But ever since Vapor Shark done it, they're all going to start doing it. But there's a twist in this tale, and the twist in the tale is 5 Pawns are have now issued, and I'm trying to find the terminology, a cease. That's it.
order.
A cease and desist order.
Yes, thank you very much. So basically, what they're saying is what you've released is a load of bullshit, and we're taking you to court.
It's all right. It's all right saying that they can cease and desist, but you can't unsee things. Like, we'll know the results that they're posting, so it's pointless at this stage. You can stop it spreading, you can't stop it. No. Essentially, you can't stop us posting it around.
The twist about this is what 5 Pawns are basically saying is you are using not standardized testing method to get your juices tested to Cloud9, but there isn't a standardized testing method. It's up to the laboratory that tests your liquids how they test it. So that's what 5 Pawns' argument is. They're also saying that previously they said there was no diacetyl in their liquids or any AP in there either. But then they came back with their own lab results, which showed that they did, albeit a lesser result from Cloud9. They do have diacetyl and AP in.
Still above that. There's still above that. There's only 2 out of the 10 that are completely clean, and the other 8 have either one or the other. I don't think either of them have both, but there's one or the other in the other 8 of them. And the fact that it's not, like I say, it's not as high as the other one, but it's still present above the safe levels that have been put in place for the diacetyl.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. As far as test results go, I can't make head or tails of these. They're just numbers to me. Well,
it's parts per million, isn't it? Dale, what's the safe parts per million for diacetyl, Dale?
In the UK, for diacetyl, it's 0.01%, and obviously, even if you send a 5 ml sample in, whatever it is in there, it's going to be, no matter what size batch it comes from, it'll translate into the full batch. But UK, it's 0.01%, but theirs is 5 micrograms per milliliter, I think it is. That's what that. But like I was saying to Rick earlier, in regards to AP and acetone or whatever it's called, there isn't actually a specified safety level yet for inhalation in the UK. So technically, you could have it in there, and we don't know what it does to us yet. That's not a certified agent yet, but apparently it behaves the same as diacetyl. So it's, you just don't put it in. You don't use concentrates that contain it.
Yeah.
But then again, saying that, if a concentrate does contain diacetyl or AP, it doesn't mean that it'll be traceable in the final products, because obviously you're going to be mixing it at 10, 15, 20%. And obviously when you add 80% of VG, PG, and nicotine in there, which is obviously completely free of it, it could bring it down to below the traceable level, which it does in most outcomes.
I think a lot of people don't understand it. Like when Rik's saying, "I'm just reading these numbers, and these numbers mean absolute jack shit to me."
Yeah.
I think in these results, and people are going, "Well, you're saying it's not safe to vape, but what the fuck does the result mean?"
Yeah, what it is the number. Say for example, when you look at the numbers there, and they got absolute pin, it's 40 parts per million of diacetyl. You can obviously turn. I'm not a mathematician, but you could turn that into a percentage, and it will give you a certain amount. You know, whether it's 5%. I don't know what the actual entity is, but it's the AP as well. That's, I mean, look at the amount of AP in the liquids. Now, AP can turn into diacetyl when vaped at the wrong conditions, basically.
That's why I think temperature control will be kind of the saving grace in regards to AP, because as far as I'm aware, when let's say there's been no figure set in place, but as far as I'm aware, they were looking at it being 0.05%, obviously, which is a lot higher threshold than 0.01 for diacetyl. So if you can get your liquids below that threshold, if that's the one that does get set, and if you can keep it under a specified temperature, which ideally they need to let us know what that is, then temperature control could very much be the way forward, because you could literally vape anything under 0.5 at a certain temperature and you're sorted.
Yeah.
And temperature control stops you frying your wicks as well, which is fundamentally worse. You then.
I said it the other week. That's the way forward. Temperature control is the way forward. Absolutely. Once they get it nailed.
Does diacetyl and AP do the same thing in juice? Because obviously we know diacetyl makes it more. Is that what AP does as well?
AP, I think AP when it's added with, I don't know, it's not acetone, it's acetone or something like that. I can't pronounce it. I can read it, can't say it.
Propanol.
I think when they're combined and then vaporized, I think they can combine to create the same effect. So therefore, they're saying if diacetyl's bad for you, AP and acetone combined, vaporized is the same essentially. But they haven't confirmed it. They haven't got the basis to actually say, right, you need to have it at this level or less. So they haven't been. They can't confirm it without something to base it on.
Yeah.
But is this safe rating like? Is it hearsay or is it actually? It's not actually proven, is it, to do anything? That's what I'm saying. They're putting a safe rate out there, but the safe rate isn't proven to not affect you.
The diacetyl one, as far as I'm aware, is, because that's the one that's actually been set by. It's something toxicology. They're the people who deal with it in the UK, and they're the ones who've said, look, if it's vaporized and the content is above 0.01%, that's when the long-term effects are going to come in. So me as a manufacturer, I literally adhere to what they're telling me. If they tell me that I need to do something for it to be safe, I didn't quit smoking to replace it with something else that will give me the same effects in 40 years' time. Yep. Whilst it's still less than a cigarette, I want to avoid what cigarettes were going to cause and not replace it with another cancerous option.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True that. Peace!
True that.
I'm going to try and blow an O-ring in front of my fan and push it towards you, so I want to see that be a record.
Do it. We'll look it on you.
The thing about it is as well is this. What's the truth?
Can't do it.
You know, what's the truth in these stories? How does it? What actually is the truth? Has it got down to what's the levels they've got in there? Why are the levels that from 5 Pawns testing? Why are they completely different from Cloud9's?
That's exactly what I wanted to know, because I mean, it makes me wonder. I have my entire range of recipes tested, and they come back as having no diacetyl in them. And at that time, AP wasn't even a question. So my worry is, have mine been tested correctly, or have they been tested? If I test them with someone else, are they going to turn around to me and say, well, this is this level, or are they going to be the same, and then these are doing them on different levels? It's thrown a massive spanner into the works as to a worry. As far as I'm concerned, I'm adhering to the levels that they should be at. But then again, I could be completely wrong, and I'm kind of glad that Cloud9 don't stop my juice.
So, so what we're saying is there needs to be some sort of industry standard for testing.
Yeah, governing body. Said this every time. There's no governing body out there, because as we said before, who's to say that these guys at 5 Pawns haven't sent these off recipe-wise with no diacetyl in, and then obviously they have got diacetyl in them. There's no one government body that's saying, yes, it's got this is how we're testing, this is how we're doing it, It's not. Everybody's doing it in different ways.
Can we get one? Can we get one thing straight? Sorry, is it diacetyl or diacetyl?
I said, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Does it matter really?
Yeah, but Tommy, is Tom saying diacetyl because I've said diacetyl ever since I met him? Because that's all I've ever said.
I don't know, but it's really thrown me off.
I say diacetyl.
I say diacetyl.
Regardless, we don't have combined harvesters up here, but you do, so it's kind of the same thing. Tomato, potato, tomato, you know.
You tell me you don't do farming up there. Is that what you're saying? Because I beg to fucking differ.
We don't put our horses into the kitchen when we've got our grass. Sorry, mate.
Tom's with they do that in some parts of Leeds, Tom. I see them tied together in the post all the time.
You don't know first world fucking problems until you get stuck behind a tractor trying to get to work. Especially when work's only 5 minutes away.
Fucking hell.
So,
I would have thought because diacetyl is a compound that's been in there for a lot in things for ages, isn't it? It's not just e-liquids. Diacetyl's in lots of different things, and I would have thought that a test for diacetyl would just be a test for diacetyl. I wouldn't have thought you could test it in multiple different ways to get multiple different results.
As far as I know, is it GSMC spec that they do on it? That's how they determine literally the levels of what's in it. So I don't see how it could be confused and bring different. I personally, if they're doing the same, it's the method of testing, and every testing facility I've spoken to have all said we're going to do a GSMC. I'm certain that's the letters that are in it. Spec on the liquid, and that's how we provide you with the information. How can that change from company to company? It's one procedure using the same kit to do it in the laboratory shouldn't matter.
No.
So unless I honestly don't know. But one thing that bothers me is it was never diacetyl that was the problem in cigarettes. People were complaining about the tar and 4 or 5 other things. They were the main cancer causing agents in the cigarette. Yeah. Why was diacetyl not brought up with cigarettes, but it's now being brought up in vaping because that's the only thing that seems to have ammunition for to cause a problem in the vaping industry?
I think they're just trying to clean it up, aren't they, vaping, so they can make it as safe as possible. But it's a different process, isn't it? When you're smoking, you're burning it, so you're inhaling burnt compounds. But if you are vaping, you're just vaporizing it in a liquid, so it's a different kind of process, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that where diacetyl comes from is from obviously popcorn factories. That's where the name popcorn lung come from, and that was a powder. But I think it was maybe because of the humidity in the factories that maybe caused some sort of vaporization, and that's where the worry comes from, I think.
It is a powder form, but then yet the powder form it is changed from powder form into a liquid form, so it is still the same compound.
It's things like this though that to me set out or make stand out the decent concentrate companies, because a lot of companies, rather than fixing the problem, just drop the flavors. Like the main ingredient in the butterscotch concentrates used to be diacetyl, and now Cupcake World flavour art, theirs is 100% clean. I personally had that sent off for testing when I had a range of tests done, and it was 100% free of it. And then other companies have just thought, well, we can't be bothered, we'll just drop it. Now, to me, that tells me that those companies are the ones you need to be working with, the ones who are actively keeping flavours and finding ways to work around it.
Yeah.
And this is why we got Dell on the show.
But you've had your stuff tested as well, haven't you, Del?
Yeah.
All your stuff's tested for diacetyl and everything.
In fact, I had mine tested by 2 facilities, and I got the same results from both. So that's West Yorkshire Analytical and EL Science, which is also the laboratory for Phoenix e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
I had them done in both, and they both have the same results. So I don't know. That's another big question mark for me: is how can 2 labs in America come up with 2 massively different? Like the same happened with Vapor Shark, didn't it? There were 2. Was it Mystic or I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Cyclops Vapor.
Yeah, they were hugely different from each other. So I don't know how. I don't know how that's happened.
Yeah, I mean, the other twist of this story is that it wasn't just 5 Points liquids that Cloud9 pulled. It was Mystic juices as well.
There was only one flavour from Mystic, wasn't there?
And there was a range of their juices that they pulled. Mystic then changed the way they made their liquids, and they got retested, and they got, I think they got put back on, didn't they? Let me just read it.
This is a
Yeah,
good...
I think so.
Somebody just made a point though. Is it diacetyl or whatever you want to call it, diacetyl, whatever? Is it mainly in your custard juice, creamy juices? This is what we want to get straight. Is that where it's majority found?
You know, fruit, there's nothing really needs to be. As far as my research went, the reason it's not so much present in fruits is because they're essentially just natural extracts, or they've been brought from. If you go to the right companies, they're not pharmaceutically created. They're actually drawn from fruits. Whereas you can't make a custard concentrate without it being pharmaceutically generated. They don't get birds and liquidize it. You know what I mean? It's literally creating. It's fully chemically produced. So you have to combine obviously compounds and whatnot to create that. So
Yes.
they just had to find the most. It's an artificial way of creating a taste essentially. It's your custards, your cream. There isn't a cream plant. You can't just extract anything from a cream plant. There isn't a custard leaf that you can grind down. You've just got to make it.
So it's just to make that creamy juice.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then
we're definitely not at the end of this story, have we? I mean,
No.
started maybe shot a couple of weeks ago. It's now Cloud9 are doing it. There's going to be other companies testing liquids, and there's going to be some companies which don't like it, and there are going to be some companies that put their hands up and say, "Hey, we're going to change our recipes."
It's going to be interesting to see 5 Palms' reaction at Vapor Expo.
Yeah.
it's
They were there this weekend, weren't they, Tom?
there was there this
The
weekend.
Hurricane.
There was there this weekend. But it's the thing again, what we discussed, Dale, before on a previous hangout regarding you'd rather be told that you got it in, that they're still in there, or
It's like uniform milk says on the bottle this product is not FDA approved. So that to me tells me it's got either diacetyl or diacetyl, or AP or something in it. But I like the flavour, and I know, but the thing is, I'm aware that's in there. So any dangers or anything that happens to me, I'm fully aware that that's in there. That's my choice. And I think if there's something in it, whilst it's not, if it became illegal to have in the juice, fair enough. I wouldn't use it because obviously I'd get pulled. But if it says it on the bottle and I've got the choice, then I'm happy to use it based on I like it, or no, I don't want to take the risk. And there's a lot of people who want that choice, and at the moment it's not available.
Yeah. It just boils down to that educated decision, doesn't it? And it's if information's out there for all the vapors, they can then pick and choose whether they take that risk or not. But if the information is not out there, then we're basically, vaping blind, aren't we? And that's where the problem lies.
Exactly.
And that's why I mix mine.
I'm saying that I like the option, but that's the only flavour I've checked it on. I don't actually know if any of the others contain it.
Well, saying that, now we're on a bit of talking about obviously juice and stuff. I have got a question that could be asked. Dale, if you want to answer this question, mate, obviously it's probably aimed at you. DIY juices, it's come from Richard Allen. DIY juices, what's the best quality brands of concentrate to use?
I thought, since you said it was aimed at Dale, I thought it was going to be why are you such a dick or something like that.
Sorry, mate, thanks. I'll answer that because it seems to work for me. But we'll move on from that insult. Personally, I use Flavour Art for. I only use one of their concentrates, and again, it's butterscotch for that reason. Cupcake World and Capella. Now, Cupcake World's very easy to deal with direct. The base name is actually in Huddersfield, and they are very, very, very pro safe vaping. So they will actually tell you if it's safe to vape. They've got every bit of data, information, data sheets available on the website. And if their flavours contain oils and they're not suitable for vaping, they tell you. And they actually, they sent me about 10 free concentrates of ones that previously contained oil. They've worked to now not contain it. So the little things like that I haven't asked for, but they are literally keeping me informed without asking. That is the sort of company I want to work with. Now, Capella, I'm probably going to get shot if there's the wrong people in this chat or watching. I buy direct from Capella in California because it's strong tasting, it doesn't need 50% flavouring in to taste it, and you know where you're getting it from. I personally believe, from colour and taste alone, that if you buy it rebottled in the UK, it has been further diluted with PG. So if you're buying it directly from Capella or in a sealed American Capella bottle like the 118ml 4-ounce bottles or the 32-ounce bottles, then you're laughing because it's not been tampered with. If you're buying it in 100ml or 500ml or 30ml, it's not come like that from Capella because they do 13, 118 and 473ml bottles. So that if you get it from there, brilliant. But any English bottles, I personally believe from a couple of companies that I've had before, that it's been watered down. So yeah, Capella, Cupcake World and Flavour are the cleanest, strongest tasting companies if you get it direct from them.
There you go. You couldn't ask for a better answer than that, could you?
Perfect.
Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Now, Dale, whilst we're in this little interval, are you going to blow some bubbles for us?
I'll give it a go.
It's just your face when you've done it.
I think we should get every guest that comes on to perform a trick.
Yeah.
I need to turn my fan off.
Hang on, right, okay, let's look it on Dale. Right. Everybody pay attention. Just pay attention to the excited face when he does it.
Hey! Oh, boom.
What?
Tom, don't kill it, Tom. Let me do it first. Yes! Oh, look at that.
Oh, magic.
You won't see that again.
Well, there you go. That's
Exclusive.
guest trick of the week.
That's the bottle.
I'm going to continue to buy bubbles on the vape.
That was magic.
Awesome.
I've not tried that yet.
How about we run through the James? I've seen you looking at this. The NNA.
Oh yeah, yeah.
New Nicotine Alliance.
Yeah.
They got into contact with us last week and just asked whether we could mention them on the show, and I think it's a good idea, really. Let me just dig out the info a second if I can. Talk amongst yourselves a minute, and I'll be back.
So yeah, well, since we're the three largest guys in the room, there's no competition with James, to be honest. What are you feeling of the heat?
Oh,
it's fucking hot. Yeah, it looks like I'm wearing a toupee today.
I'm not so much feeling it, but if it weren't for that, I might be dying.
That's a big ass
All right,
fan.
so the new Nicotine Alliance is basically an organisation. It's a charity. It's charity registered, and what they are. If I just read out a bit from their website, we wish to see a mature public and organisational understanding of the potential of safer nicotine products for reducing cigarette smoking, including their safety and efficacy, and hence contribute to the reduction in cigarette smoking. This requires engaging with informing and a wide range of individuals and audiences, from health through to regulatory bodies. So what they're basically looking at is safer ways of people getting their nicotine fix, in a nutshell, without using tobacco. So it's tobacco harm reduction.
And these guys are a charity, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. You can sign up to them to offer support, and also the more people signed up to them, they've then got more strength, more arms, better powers, and you can also donate if you wish, but you don't have to. Signing up's for free.
So, what? I mean, in a nutshell, in layman's terms, what is it? Do they advise companies, or do they advise individuals?
They speak to organisations, they speak to health bodies, they speak to companies. It's all about getting that nicotine fix, for want of a better word, in a safer way possible. So tobacco harm reduction and cessation of smoking. And they're promoting it in the best way possible. And they're also not like biased, so they're not going to say that vaping is 100% safe. They're looking at it from a non-biased and investigative way. That was easy for me to say.
I think it covers obviously patches and inhalators as well as vaping. So I think the good thing about that is it's nicotine in general. Some people are allergic to the patches, so their option will be vaping or inhalators, and some people are allergic to the stuff that the inhalators are made out of, so they have patches or vaping. So some people are allergic to PG and VG, so they can't use either. So I think they cover everything, which is quite good.
Yeah, because ingredients in the inhalers are PG, aren't they? So.
Yeah. Yeah. Among other things.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's the thing. Who's governing what's in them?
Well,
No one, because it's
hydrochloric
tobacco.
acid.
Saying that they've already taxed the nuts off that anyway, so it's our turn now.
But on their website, they put a lot of news about, for example, the Welsh Government Public Health White Paper, the next step. So that's to do with the ban on vaping in closed spaces. So they put up a lot of news about vaping, a lot of news about tobacco harm reduction. So they're doing a good job, really. They're fighting the fight. They might not be 100% pro-vaping because they can't be, because they're independent and impartial. But they're looking at the safest option to get people off tobacco, but still using nicotine safely.
Okay, yes. Well, the website for that is nnalliance.org.
Yeah, so well worth looking at.
I was just reading the chat. James, someone seems to think that you're going to run out of rooms to broadcast in.
Well, I got 52 bedrooms in this mansion, so.
Along with the jacuzzi and the 12 Swedish prostitutes.
Yeah, don't tell a girlfriend that.
12. Actually, I did see a picture of you in a hot tub.
Yeah.
And I was actually quite amazed at how inked you are. I didn't realise.
Yeah, I have got a lot of tattoos. That photo in me in the hot tub, I was actually getting shit on by my godson. He crapped on my back.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Thing is, he's 18. No, he's only 2.5, bless him.
I've got all that to look forward to.
Oh, yes.
I won't look forward to it.
No, I'm not. Whoa!
Doing a lot about liquid this week.
Well, that's because we've got Dale on. So, because you guys weren't available for the meeting, me and Dale got together and he said, right, let's just do liquids.
Well, let's do the steeping and breathing then.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to let's shoot on to new products for a minute? Let's have a break for liquids.
Yeah.
All right then.
Let's do that. That's how organised we are.
Give me that look. What we're gonna do with the new products then?
Yeah.
Let's do new products. So, Tom, you had a look at the Sigelli 150 temp control device, even though they didn't have a temp control tank on it.
No, it was basically at the EC on Saturday. Good friends of mine, Grace, they had one in their cabinet because obviously they're going to stock it. So at the end of the day when they finished, I was like, get that out of the cabinet. I want to have a look, take some pictures, and looked at it. And it was actually a prototype. It was handmade. The prototype was handmade. So literally there was glue dots and everything all over it. You could see it when I was looking at it. But from what they're saying, obviously, it kind of looks like Dale's IPv4. Yeah. It's kind of that style, but they never let us turn it on or use it or anything like that. We never got a go of it.
It's probably because it doesn't work.
I don't have an IPv4.
What's the one that you've got? Sorry, I do apologise.
Sigelli 150.
No, you've got. What's the blue?
God.
What's the blue one?
Coolfire.
Coolfire.
Sorry, the Coolfire. I do apologise. Sorry, there's that much devices on the fucking market. I don't know what's called what these days.
Yeah.
I like the style of the Coolfire. So it's kind of sleek and that, but it's tight. The 510 on there is like 17 mil.
Bloody hell.
Not even like I think they're going to change it. I'm not sure if that's just the prototype or what they're going to change it before they release it. But it looked kind of cool. But once again, it's Sigelli.
Yeah. What's wrong with Sigelli?
Nothing. But it's got. They are using the SX chips, which the SX are going really well at the minute with the chips. They are getting up there as well, but I didn't really get to have a play with it, so there's much I can say about it. Just the design of it and everything like that was a little bit more sleek, a little bit more comfortable in the hand, but it's got exactly same display as the 150s and 100s. It's the same display.
But look, I don't think they should have gone away from just the box.
No,
I like it.
I do like the styling of that.
They're fantastic. I love cigars. I had to go on their. Hang on.
Whoa. We got two Toms in the room.
Sorry about that, I got kicked out for some reason. Carry on, Dale, sorry.
Yeah, I had to go with the Elite tank with the NNA 200 cores on the CLA stand, and I thought it worked. Well, I didn't get any dry hits off it, so I say it worked as much as my very limited experience of temp sensing and temp control devices would know.
That's the other new thing, isn't it? The Elite tank.
Elite tank.
The Elite tank.
I've not heard of that. Mind you, I've been kind of off radar for the last week, so.
Oh, Dale, you've got it, yeah.
Nice.
Not even been released, has it?
No.
It's not been released at all. So you've not even used it yet?
I don't use any of them.
So you can't even tell us anything about it?
Yeah, I have it open, but the open one's gone. I'm just trying to open this one.
There we go, a live unboxing. Probably one of the first you've seen. Well, at least show us the unboxing.
I can't unbox it. There we are.
The fucking tank stores hammer. What the fuck?
Well, it's got a roof down, built coils with fans like that.
It's got, yeah. It's, to be honest, it's got quite a big tank on it. To be honest, I think the designs.
Are the hex?
It's just, yeah, it's got a hex ring here to turn the airflow, which is, it's easier to use, I suppose, but it's, to be honest,
the tank's 4.5 mil. 4.5 mil tank.
To me, it looks like every sub tank, like the Star tank, the Magnum, they all look the bloody same to me, to be honest. But yeah, it vapes alright on their stand.
What else have we got as well?
Is it just a stock coil? They don't have rebuildable deck.
No, it doesn't. You can get the stock coils. It comes with 2.2 NI 200 coils, but you can also get standard 0.5 and 0.3 coils as well.
Cool.
It's called the Elite tank. So someone in the chat asked what it was called.
Who made that? Who made that?
Sigelli. I think they're just trying to build a bigger presence, aren't they? Because sort of, although pretty much everybody's got one of their mods, I think they've sort of gone into the background a little bit, haven't they, fairly recently?
Yeah. They're a household name, aren't they? They are a household name, but they're kind of like just supplied the market. They're not really putting something out there that's different. They're just, it's like a supply and demand. Just, oh yeah, we'll do 150 because people want 150. We'll do 100 because they want 100, and we'll do the lower end market because that's available as well.
But everyone's got a Sigelli of some kind, haven't they? Like, if you ask someone, 9 times out of 10 they'll have a 30, 100, 100 plus, 150. They'll have something Sigelli.
Yep. I got 3 of them. I love them.
I've got one, soon to be 2.
22, I think.
Sorry?
I got 22, I think.
There's no. Should we get Dale to tell his story about the ECE?
Sorry.
It depends if Dale wants to tell his story.
I don't have a story. They were cheap, so I bought them all. Bargain.
There you go.
Why not? And then we've got the if you want to move on, they're releasing a new Smock, releasing a new X Cube with temp control, aren't they?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of they're doing the download content, aren't they, to unlock the temp control and the temp control setting.
Yeah. So basically, you've got it's Bluetooth, so you've got to get an app for it. It's got DLC, so you download and unlock the actual temp control on it. So basically, when you get it, it's just going to be a wattage mode box. until you actually activate it. I do know, I can't remember his name, but someone in the UK that's going to be distributing them has actually organised a deal with Smok to actually for all of them to come with temp control enabled.
Yeah. I think it's not just the temp control, is it? There's lots of other settings and functions and temp control settings that you have to download content for, which I just think personally that's ridiculous. You buy a mod, you want it to do what it says on the tin straight away. You don't want to pay extra for it.
I mean, the thing is, that, yeah, it's $10 for the app, but the thing is, who's going to buy a device, then pay $10 for the app to unlock the temp control to find out it doesn't fucking work exactly like the M80?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, John Bold's his name. He's agreed for them all to come unlocked that he's getting in.
Top block.
$10 for a fucking app? No, thank you.
No.
But then this is the argument again that people are saying: is it temp control or is it temp sensing?
Or neither. Is it just a well stab in the dark in the hope it's the right fucking temperature?
Guessing, like it literally the device is just guessing what the actual temp is, because then we was discussing earlier about the device has to be cold before you use it to get a better base temperature. It's fucking.
Yeah, but this one I found. Once it's locked in, it's fine. Like at the moment, it's showing 0.12. If I fire it up, it jumps up to 0.3, right? And then it stays at 0.3.
Yeah, it's really much in its infancy, though, isn't it, temp control? Because people have just figured out the technology to do it, and everybody just got that technology, put it in their own chip, and started banging out devices. But it really is early stages yet. It can become a lot more. There's going to be a lot more to it, I think. It's going to be a lot more controlled, you know, a lot more exact, a lot more precise as well. You know, you set a device to, I've got it at 520 watts, but I don't really know whether that, sorry, not 520 watts, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? 520 degrees. But I don't know whether that's 520 degrees.
You can vape at 400 watts if you buy a fog machine. Someone done it on YouTube and they killed himself.
I'll see that.
I mean, this
5 pounds.
But then people start coming out with these crazy builds as now being like, you know, like they're calling them the hybrid builds, and it's NI with fucking Camphor and stuff like that, and it's like,
yeah.
I just like prefer Camphor, because then what they're also doing now is they're saying about titanium letting off certain chemicals when you're burning it and heating it up, so they're now trying to stop you buying titanium to build with. I just prefer Camphor because I know what I'm doing, I know what to wrap, I know what my builds are, and
Well,
it's just
Camphor's also, if you dry burn it, that's also giving off chemicals as well. So
surely if it's a hybrid, like a hybrid coil, it's just doing half a job. Only half of it's using temperature control, and the other half's just doing what it likes.
That's the people are coming out with these hybrid builds, and you literally don't know what they're doing, as you say.
I mean, I've got this Snowwolf. When I see the screen, 580 degrees Fahrenheit at 70 watts, and this will fire at 70 watts, up to 70 watts on temp control. And I was just vaping it then, and the wick was completely dry, nothing burnt on it whatsoever. This is the best temp control device I've ever had.
you already had 2. What was your third one? Oh, the Tesla.
Oh, yeah, no, don't include a Smok. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Tesla didn't fucking work.
And the Smok that didn't work.
The Smok that doesn't work. Yeah, they all don't work, that's the thing.
We don't know how they work, do we? Let's be realistic. We don't actually really know. Because we've never played with it, and as James says, it's in its infancy. We literally don't know what is the best and what it's actually doing. And
yeah. I mean, there's ways of measuring out devices that just do watts only, and you can measure the amount of watts that come out of it and see whether the chip is exactly what it says on the tin. But I don't think anybody's figured a way of doing that with the temperature sensing yet. So, you know, it's just got a figure on it of 520 degrees Fahrenheit, but is it 520 degrees Fahrenheit? Who knows?
Exactly.
How accurate are the sensors in there? Do you know what I mean? Because you can get a temperature sensing mod. I just had an EH Pro 50-watt temperature sensing mod. It cost me 24 quid. Now I don't trust the sensors in that as much as I trust the Vapor Shark or possibly the Snow Wolf, as I'm not using temperature. But how, if it can be done for that cheap, why aren't other people doing that cheap? You know what I mean? So there must be sacrificing something. And
Yeah.
my assumption would be the sensors and the whole unit.
So when we take that back, then we're talking about liquids, and liquids being vaped at a certain temperature will potentially not give off diacetyl or the harmful ingredients in there. If you've got a device that says it's vaping at a certain degree, certain temperature, and it's not actually doing that, then you know it does need to be as precise as possible, doesn't it?
Exactly.
That'll probably be the next test you see in about 6 months. Vapor Shark will be put on the spot by some vapor. All the mods will be put on display basically as how accurate the temperature sensing is.
Yeah.
Pixie Puff apparently has reviewed the Snow Wolf. He gets a mention every week now. So yeah. So, and he said there's like a 3-second gap if you change it over to a cancel build. Okay, let's try it. All right, let's try it live. Live. You guys
No, because it just flashes on the actual temperature. It doesn't flash on the watt. So when you power it up, it flashes on the temperature.
Yeah, the temperature should disappear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it just goes away.
Let's try it. I'm trying it. Fuck me, I'm sweating like a pig.
Nice.
So hot. I know.
Is that four leather cherry? Same as me. It's not breathable.
I'm just going to have a nice cold shower after this. Right, okay, so I've not done anything. I've not pushed the buttons or anything. I've got a cancel building now. I'm going to click it once. You guys won't be able to see the screen. It hasn't even asked me if I've got a new coil. Oh, there you go. New atomizer. Yes. Right, okay, so fire it. Yeah. Yeah, it's about 2 seconds. But it's sort of that's the switch over there. That's where it's saying, have you got nickel? Have you got cancel? And it goes, yeah, fuck it, you got cancel.
Yeah, I mean this device does it as well. It will ask you, whether it's a new build in there, and then if it's a cancel build, it will start firing in temp control mode, but then switch over to wattage mode within a couple of seconds, a second or so.
Saying about the Snow Wolf though, Rick, have you had this where you've had it flashing P at you because it's pulsing?
No, that's if you ramp it over 150.
Do it.
I'll do it live. Fuck it.
You can literally feel the vape, like you can hear it as well, like a rattlesnake, like.
Right.
As if I was cutting out on that.
Let's ramp this up. I'm going to ramp this up to 150, and it's not going to pulse.
It won't do it. It won't do 150.
So that's 150. Right. Now ramp it up. I'll just put 151. Ready? Listen to the pulse.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can see it pulls like a snake. That's what they call it, like the rattle of it, and it's basically because it's trying to control the power that it is, and just basically that you can actually hit it for as long as you had it on a lower wattage. So it's heating it up quicker, and the vape is warmer. It's actually letting you, so it's not actually smashing you with that much vape.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to vape this at 151.
194.
Yeah, go on then.
194 watts. I've got a fan on behind me though.
I was thinking clouds look shit for 194 watts.
194 watts would tear me in half. I can't do above 100.
194 watts. with that, the P or the pulse, whatever you call it, I don't think it gives off as much power as it would at 150. I prefer it at 150 because it actually does smash you, but it allows you to vape it a lot longer at the 200 watts.
Do you not find it at all unpleasant, Tom, like to vape at 150 watts? I just can't find a sweet spot on anything.
This build is at 0.7, and it's literally, as because of the atty being so cold, on a 22mm atty, I know for a fact if I put that up to 200 watts, it's going to knock my face off. But because this has literally got that much air on it, that's literally just breathing. And even if I turn it off, so I'm closing off 10 air holes, it's still...
In the 21 air holes on that?
There is 46 air holes on this.
Jesus Christ.
You're an arrow.
But this atty, that's what it's for. It's for cloud chasing. It's capable of going up to like 300, 400 watts.
There's no need for it.
Nope.
There's
No
no need for it.
There is when there's that much air holes on it.
You won't be saying that when you've changed the chemical compound of diacetyl and you're killing yourself, and we're not.
It's my risk of doing that, so I'm actually quite happy with doing that.
That's your option.
What juice you vaping on, Tom?
Hodges Homebrew, Blueberry Heaven, 70/30.
Has it been tested?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Are you making an educated decision?
I've started using my strawberry cheesecake, so I've turned it down to 12 watts, just in case.
But then again, it's my choice of doing it, because I don't know if it has been tested. I think the guys are doing it at Hodges Homebrews are getting it tested, but it's my choice to do it.
Yeah.
And they know damn well, and they've said that they haven't had theirs tested, so it's fine.
Lovely. Right. That's enough about fucking snowwolfing devices and shit like that. Let's move on to steeping and breathing.
Yay. Well, I think what we need to do is clarify the difference to begin with.
Nail.
Nail.
I'll be honest, I don't breathe my liquid at all. I know what it is and what it's meant to do, but I've never found a benefit from it personally. It's where you take your cap off however you want to do, squeeze your bottles. I mean, to be honest, you can't squeeze the bottles I put mine in, really. But they're breathing your liquid, I'll touch on. You take the cap off for 2 or 3 hours, you squeeze the old air out, refresh the new air that goes into it, and apparently that'll help the maturity of the flavour. In my opinion, it doesn't. I've tried it, it made absolutely jack shit difference. It just took up 2 more hours of my day that I didn't need taking up. To be honest, it was a waste of time. It made absolutely no difference. Much the same with steeping, to be honest. I have tried every single method before I sold my juice, just to let you know. I've not trialed it on you all. I have one set steeping method, and it's called nature, right? Nothing can age a liquid other than time. I was saying to Rik the other day, the only thing that can age whiskey is time. You can't mature it by sticking it in a hot barrel or putting it in a microwave. It might help it thins it down so it mixes better, or if you put it in an ultrasonic cleaner, it'll warm it, obviously, because the ultrasound warms the water, and I think it's the cativation process of all the molecules banging together can help it mix more thoroughly. But to be honest, if you mix it properly in the first place, the only thing that will mature a liquid to its best flavour point is time, which a lot of people don't want to hear. And I mean, a lot of people do it that way, and I'm not saying the other ways are wrong. People have every process they want to do, but in my opinion, naturally steeping is the only way to steep it. I've never had a negative response to steeping it that way. And if there was a faster process, obviously, if it worked and had no effect on the juice whatsoever, apart from doing the same job in half the time, I'd do it. But nothing I've tried could do that. I mean, plus I can't find an ultrasonic cleaner that'll fit that in it, to be honest. But it won't work anyway. But time. That's it. That's all I can say on it. I have no complex method. It's you mix it, you leave it. Simple as that. And obviously, fruits are usually shake and vape, ready to go, unless there's cream in there. If you put a tiny bit of cream in with any sort of fruit, like fruit salad, it says you steep it from 24 hours to 2 or 3 weeks just for the cream to develop. Anything with cream it usually takes at least 2 or 3 weeks, based on my recipes. And cheesecake's usually 2 weeks, custard's 3 weeks. Simple as that. Obviously, they do get better and better and better over time. There's only so long that, as a company, you can steep them without, because it can pass. In my opinion, it can pass a prime point. You can get a sweet spot for a good 3-4 months, and then the flavour can oversteep and decline. And I don't want to be selling juice that's over steeped. I mean, like I say, I think absolute premium for custard would be about 2 or 3 months. I think that's where it would taste its sweetest, its creamiest. But you try that after 9 months, and everyone I've spoken to has tried a 9-month-old liquid, so it tastes like shit, me included. It ain't nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I have on steeping time.
Well, same thing for me. It's just if something needs steeping, I just stick it in a drawer and don't touch it till it's ready. I don't stick it in a microwave. I don't boil it. I don't leave it on a windowsill. It's just.
I've seen people honestly putting the bottles in the microwave. That's all right if it's glass, right? I've seen people getting bottles, plastic LDPE bottles or PET bottles, and put them in the pissing microwave and wondering what's happened. It's like, are you being serious? Like 3-second pulse is enough to melt the bottom of a bottle. And the worrying thing is, if you heat plastic so much, you can overheat plastic, and what the plasticizers that could be like if your bottle don't melt, that could be release all kinds of shit in your liquid.
Does we're getting questions in? Does heat help steeping though? Like the higher the temperature, the faster the juice steeps.
No, the higher the temperature, the more you degrade your nicotine. There's I can't remember where I saw the test, but there was a result done, and I think if it goes over 80 degrees C, you'd start to degrade your nicotine. But at 80 degrees, I think it went from 3 milligram to 2.97, so it wasn't a massive increase. But if you take that and double it, then you're losing more and more. But at what rate does it decline after 80 Celsius? I've no idea. So heat is good. You can warm a liquid, and it would help the mixing process, like I say. But in regards, it can damage your nicotine. If you like in a microwave, it would get instantly hot. So people put it in hot, but like ultrasonic cleaners don't tend to go above 50, even if you run it for an hour, 50, 60. But hot baths and fucking hell, took it in the saunas and stupid shit like that, it really pisses me off because it's just pointless. It really is pointless. It'll do worse things to your liquid than help it.
There you go. Yeah, heat up to 70 degrees is fine. That's Matt Bolster. Have we got?
But why? The thing is that, as they are saying, like, what's the only reason you want to heat it is when you're mixing it rather than actually steeping it.
Yeah.
To be honest, my house now, 28 degrees. That will probably speed up the mixing process. That will thin my liquids down to tiny bit. So if I had to go around and shake all my bottles, which I will not be asked doing, then it would mix them a bit easier because they'd be a bit thinner. But I'm happy to just leave them at room temperature. That is the only way to do it. And any hotter than that is unnecessary heat. You're doing something to it that doesn't need to be done because it isn't going to positively affect your juice. So why do it? It's the same thing with people adding colouring into the juice. Why do it? There's no point. I'd rather have a juice that didn't have crap in it. It doesn't need colouring in to taste nice. It doesn't affect the flavour, but it could be adding another chemical in there that you don't need in. So it's another one of those things where you don't need to do it. So what's the point?
Selling points, isn't it? That's what it is. It's selling points. People like that fucking ultra blue fucking or green liquid. It's
yeah. But they're the companies where as soon as you see the word testing pop up, they soon piss off.
But have you actually seen it's not associated with vaping, it's food related, but they coloured all food green and 9 out of 10 people wouldn't eat it. So it just goes to show the colour thing. I don't know why it's
I mean, you buy liquids with your eyes, don't you, as well? So if you go into a vape shop and you see a row of clear liquids and then you see a blue and a green one, your eyes are going to be naturally drawn to those colours. Yeah. And that's why people are doing it. But I agree with Dale. If it's not needed in there, why put it in there? There's no,
It's the same. I'm the same. I buy juices based. To me, it's what the bottle looks like. But then, how do you justify paying for packaging over what's in the bottle? That's one big thing. I would, if it was the same price, if it could be the same price for me to provide it in a nice glass bottle with a really flash big label on it, then great, so I'd do it. But to me, I'm not vaping the bottle. You know what I mean? The bottle will most likely end up in the recycle bin. So at some point, so I won't. It's impossible for me to put it in those fancy bottles without passing some cost on, and I won't do that. It's pointless.
Yeah.
So there you go. The best way from Dale is to naturally steep.
There you go.
Ta-da! We've got a few questions in the chat. The main one that I want to highlight is from Turbo, asking if I wear a toupee. Do you know what, the annoying thing, I was going to get my hair cut this weekend, but we didn't have time. We're out car shopping, so we didn't have time to...
Just take it off.
Just to clarify, he doesn't wear a toupee, but he does wear a merkin.
Matt Bolster, favourite liquid of all time? Question mark. Oh, hang on. Let's go with Vaping Vic's one first. Can you ask Tom if he's wearing eyeliner?
Guyliner.
It's Tom's face when he said that.
Tom's pretty metrosexual.
I think we should do that. We should
on full screen, Vic. We've got problems, but I like it.
we should do a glam rock special.
These are beautiful brown eyes. I'm sorry, I do apologise that you're staring at my big, beautiful looks.
But you've only just got new glasses as well, haven't you? So that might be what
I've
it is.
Glasses. I can now see, and I now know how beautiful James is.
He is a man's man, isn't he?
He is a man's man.
So going back to favourite liquid of all time, we seem to answer this every week, don't we?
Yeah. Well, mine changes because I'm really lucky to try so many juices. It does change a lot. I do have some favourites that I that I want. Dale's custard cream. That's when I reviewed that just stood out. So there's some that just really stand out. Matt's True Dairy Custard as well. So there's flavours that I've reviewed that I can really remember well, but there's a lot that I can't. A lot just fade into the background. So that's to say whether I got a favourite, I don't know. But there are some that have really stood out in my memory.
Like what?
I've forgotten.
There's some that stand out in my memory, but I can't remember them.
Yeah, no, Dale's Custard Cream.
Oh, fuck off, you kiss ass.
12 Monkeys Orangs. At the moment, Uncle Junk's Genius Juice, that really stands out as well. It's just something that makes an impact, and you think, I could really vape that all day. But then I get another load of liquids in, and then something else takes its place, if that makes sense.
I'd have to go, and I've changed my mind quite recently, is the Orangs by 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
That has to be it for me.
That is a stunning liquid.
There's no way I'm wearing a cop-out crown this week.
Well, you can currently see Dale's head at the minute, but after this, you've only won. Well, everybody knows that key lime cheesecake from Dale is one of my favourite juices of all time, without a doubt. I didn't like key lime until I tried Dale's, and Dale's is awesome. And I did mention this I think we talked about juices last week. Dale's is my favourite. Then Hodgson's Home Brews with Devon's Heaven is fucking awesome. But at this point in time, I'm heavily liking the V-God Luscious. That's fucking really nice at the minute. But I've always got Dale's to hand. Don't worry, Dale. Don't worry, Dale. It's always there, mate.
To be honest, mine is my all-time favourite is Jack Vapor, just raspberry on its own. Very, very simple. I've been addicted to it. I must have bought 3 litres of that since they opened. And then Nick's Blissful Brews, which Tom got me on. I swear to you, I burnt through 30 ml of that like it was nothing, even though it was 6 milligram and tore me apart. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, I must admit, I'm trying to make a Fruit Loops, and I mean, I'm not trying to plug it here, but it's nice. It just isn't the same. It's just not the same. You'd think I'd be able to make a raspberry, just a basic raspberry, but I've tried to replicate that for my own personal use so many times just to save money on it, and I can't. It won't hit the flavour.
So Dale, I'd like to ask you a question. And I've heard this plenty of times, this quote plenty of times. People probably want to know, why don't you vape your own juice?
For the same reason that I wouldn't be a gynecologist. You get bored of seeing the same shit every day. And I wouldn't want to get bored of my own, and I wouldn't want to get bored of what gynecology involves.
it's, the thing you got to remember is it's not the same shit. You know, one day you could have like a 20-year-old, and the next day you could have 80-year-old.
My father-in-law's watching this. I'm not even joking. My father-in-law's watching this.
Hi, Dale's father-in-law.
Hi, Dales.
Yeah.
I just had to ask that question because that's Dale's famous quote.
There you go.
Mark Godin. I so wanted drip drops to be good, but I find the flavour weak. I actually quite like drip drops. I like the banoffee pie they've got, but the cookie dough doesn't really do it that much for me.
Can I just say something? Being as all you guys have got your little thingies up on your screen and I haven't, can I just say to everybody, please subscribe to Everyday Vape. I haven't got my thing down here.
You've been itching the whole show to say that.
There's a question for you, James, as well. So you do get your limelight. There is a question for you, James. It says, when was the last time you bought fucking juice?
Last week.
Oh, hang on. Naked Vapor comes back with James does not simply buy juice. He just leaves a 44-ton trailer in his driveway and magically fills it up.
Well, I only buy juice when I don't have much to review, and
which is never.
No, not at the moment. No, it's I'm a bit overrun at the moment, but there you go. You know, all those juices I got from Vape Jam, I've only just started reviewing them.
Well, I mean, the good thing you've got is when you get down to, say, like half a ton of juice left, then you could go down to 5 a day rather than the 15 a day you push out.
Yeah. Well, I'm changing that anyway. It's going to be less videos but more reviews in one video. Because I just can't keep up with the backlog. It's not that I can't review it, it's just that I've got loads of pre-recorded reviews just sitting there waiting to go. And it's, you know, vendors are waiting a long time for their reviews now, so I'm going to be putting about 2 or 3 reviews and then timestamp them like this video is going to be. So if you're watching and you want to click to a particular section, you can just click there. If you don't want to see all the juices reviewed, you can just look at a certain one.
Well, myself and Tom done that live taste testing, didn't we? And we timestamped all of those.
And you can see that on youtube.com/everydayvapor.
Vaping Vic, here's the genuine question. Worst aspect of being a reviewer?
Worst aspect?
Yeah.
Time.
Sorry?
Time.
Time?
Yeah, just constantly. If you're not reviewing, you're constantly researching, you're constantly editing, so it just cuts into your own time. You know, family time, personal. That's the most tricky bit. Is that balance of home life, family life. As you and Tom and Rick know, I'm busy all the time. You know, for them to get hold of me is a real tricky thing. So yeah, work, family, and reviewing. You've got to find that happy marriage. So it's definitely time for me.
Mine definitely. I've not released a review in over a week because you know family comes first at the end of the day, and
absolutely.
You know we're sort of sorting out, getting ready, prep for the child. Okay, so the worst thing about being a reviewer is probably picking a fight with Vic.
Oh God! Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying on that matter.
I agree 100% with James. Time is a killer. I decided on the weekend I'm taking a few days off the internet, and when I got back on, I had about 15 emails. My inbox was full on Facebook. My notifications was about 110. It's if you're not there and you literally miss something, it's like, oh fuck.
But you've got all the time in the world, Tom.
That's why I tried to come off the internet. When you've kind of done this for 2 years, it's kind of like, I totally agree with like when Todd took his break and he's took 4 months off, and he's doing that over the last 6 years. He probably spends every minute of the day talking about vaping or doing something on the internet, and it really does change your life. And as Rik said, at the minute he's got a child on the way and needs to concentrate on that. It's literally, you don't have enough time. Time is a killer.
Yeah.
But when they're born, though, you can get them to do shit for you.
Well, not a lot when they're sort of when they've just been born.
No, my lad's only 2. I've got him boxing orders.
Child labour. And that's why, guys, if you get the wrong order, Dale's got a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one gets wrong orders from me, Rik. It's a professional.
So have we got some competition results to do then?
Well, first of all, I want to mention last week we had a competition for the sub box.
Oh yeah,
didn't we? Kindly donated by Dale, and well, the sub box starter kit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was Grant Harris was the winner. He hasn't got back to me yet. I'm going to fire him off another email tonight. If he doesn't respond by the next show, live on the show, we're just going to re-roll the last competition. So re-roll that competition for a winner.
There you go. Share than that.
So that was that. And what was the competition you done, James?
I did on Vendors Day on Vape Trades, UK Vape Trades. I did a Crown sub-ohm tank giveaway. And about 100 people entered that. I think you've got the list of names there, haven't you, Rik?
I've got the list. It's on the randomizer. Do you want to draw that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pardon me. Bloody hell. The heat's doing strange things. Okay, so let's share this randomizer. I'll present to everybody so no one gets over. Can everybody see that?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we've got all the names in here as collated by James. And how many rolls should we do? Let's ask the chat. The first person to say how many rolls we do. We're not going to do one randomizer. We're going to hit it however many times you say, as long as it's within a sensible amount, between 1 and 5. Okay?
3.
No, we're asking chat. We're not asking you guys.
2.
So it's the first person. We've probably got like a 4-hour delay, so we could be sat here for a little while. Oh, come on. 3. There you go. 3. So I'm going to click randomize 3 times, and it's on the 3rd time. So this is 1. Oh man, sorry, mate. Again. Right, that's 2. 3. Gavin Campbell.
Campbell, well done, mate.
Gavin Campbell or Campbell, or I'm not sure how that's pronounced.
Campbell.
Campbell.
If you message me on Facebook then, mate, I shall get it out to you.
Oh, poor old Tom. That was Pixie's fault. If Pixie would have said 1.
So find Pixie Puffs and
smash his head in.
Yeah, it's his fault, Tom.
Actually, Tom's going to Vapors Expo, and so's Pixie, so you can have it out there.
I'm recording that. That was live on Big Tom and TVC this side.
Am I still presenting to everybody?
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah.
Good.
What else did we do? You did one, didn't you, Dale? You've done a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Dale in his
10 o'clock,
infinite wisdom decided 10 o'clock rather than on the show.
I can do it now. I just don't think it'd be a bit unethical.
No, it will be now. So we're gonna do if that what was his name again? Grant Harris. If he doesn't get in touch by next week, we're gonna re-roll for the sub box for that competition. I've still got the list of people's names. for the previous competition last week, and I believe we'll be having another giveaway next week. Is that correct?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think Dale's donating again.
Bloody hell.
And what are you doing, Dale?
Cool 5-4.
Cool 5-4.
Can I enter that one?
Yeah, he doesn't eligible to collect the prize.
So we're gonna have a competition next week for a cool 5-4.
There you go.
Which is
Awesome.
brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dale.
No worries.
Dale's our #1 donator to giveaways on the show. Cheers, Dale.
And just to let vendors know, there is more than Dale out there if you do want to.
No.
Dale is
Stop.
very, very nice, but yes, Dale.
Yeah, you're doing Jack Man again after that. Not sending you anything else now.
I'm just trying to save you on prizes, but you know.
He's got 22 bloody Sigelis. He can afford to give them away.
So yeah, that's the competition done.
Awesome. Well done, guys.
Well done. I've lost my list of things to do.
Fine, now, should we go through some questions?
Yes, we have got questions, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. There's a question from Andy Smallwood. Andy's question is, which would be the best mod for all day? Like, what's your best all day vape or your all day mod you're using?
Cool 5-4.
Well, mine. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Cool 5-4. I mean.
Cool.
It is.
Oh, Sigeli for me. Sigeli. But is he talking about for beginners? Are you asking our recommendations for beginners?
They just said, what would you guys say would be like
I
the...
think we just base it on ours.
Like, to be honest, I wouldn't use the butter and the snow wolf out the house, if I'm honest. It's just too crazy. It's not like an all-day vape. The all-day for me at the minute is the Fury tank and the Camry 40 watt that you can fire only to 40 watt nails, not just because the device does it at 40 watts.
Just pick a bolt on. Sort of saying.
Something like that, something with low wattage, say under 50 watts, a 50 watt device with something like a sub tank, Fury tank, something like that on. I would recommend.
I mean, if this is our devices, if for those that have seen me out and about, I carry a man bag, so all of them.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with a man bag.
Look at Dale, he's crying. Man back.
We don't have them. We don't have them in Yorkshire.
There's nothing wrong with a man bag. They're very handy.
Yeah, for your wife.
You say he's carrying shit in your pockets. I don't know what your problem is with
I
it.
would like to know what chat thinks about Rik and his man bag.
I'm pretty sure it'd be as no surprise, really.
A toupee and a man bag?
It's perfect for juice. If you're picking up some juice or something. Rik's got a fanny pack.
Rik, do you know what I have for my juice? A pocket.
I don't think it's funny.
Questions then?
Any more questions in chat? No.
Tom, you got any more?
Somebody,
you check YouTube.
Mark, I am Rooney Roberts did say, can you just hit on the fact of how hot it is outside and to not keep your mods in direct sunlight?
Yeah.
And it's common knowledge, but obviously you get silly billies that keep the mods outside. Yeah.
Common sense.
Yeah. Whatever. Man,
Don't store them outside because otherwise they'll get hot and then your batteries get hot.
And then they go bang.
You go, hiya. Nice to meet your hand.
Nice to burn your car out.
Yeah, don't leave them in your car.
Yeah, to be honest, Tom, with the baggy jeans you wear, you can store stuff in your pockets, but I've got the luxury of wearing skinnier jeans, not skinny jeans, but skinnier jeans.
Is that skinnier jeans to make you look skinnier?
Because you can't find the ones.
Have you never seen skinny jeans on a fat man? It looks so funny. It's it looks like two little sticks and then a fucking marshmallow on top.
To be fair though, Rick, I've never had a pair of jeans that were skinny, but they always looked like skinny jeans when I put them on. They clung to me like a glove.
Do you have to sit in the bath and put them on just so they mould your legs?
No, I just give Lindsay a shout and ask her to give me a hand.
How do you fit that in those jeans?
Oh, that's another thing as well. Vaping Vic said, "Don't leave them in the car, people."
Yeah.
Or Pete. Yeah, so don't leave your mods in the car. The cars get extremely hot.
Yeah, welcome back to the room, Rick. We just talked about that.
Yeah, Rick.
I thought we'd talk about leaving them outside. You know how much I listen, anyway.
Them fucking skinny jeans are that tight.
I'm wearing shorts. I got shorts on today.
Circulation to your fucking brain or your nuts, should I
I'll tell
say?
you what, I'm going to be so happy to stand up.
You're gonna be glued to that leather chair.
It's gonna be so moist.
Oh.
I'm gonna need the coldest shower in history.
On that really visual image there, are we done?
No, I think we should carry on for another hour.
Just let your plum stew a little bit more.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm brewing them up.
Yeah, I think you need to breathe your plums.
Yeah, I think it's when it starts to begin to smell like bleach. That's when you worry.
Oh, shallots.
Right.
Well, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Dale for coming on the show, giving us his wisdom on juices and things like that. That's really very much appreciated. Thanks, Dale.
Cheers, Dale.
Thank you for having me, or thank you, Tom, for telling me that, man.
Thanks, Dale. Should we talk a little bit about your overlay as well? Do you like your overlay?
Yeah, perfect. Could be better.
Fucking better than mine.
That chindo.
We can't see yours, Tom. We can't see any of them.
That's the reason. My reason.
Oh
Well,
dear.
Well, that's us then.
That's it. Done for another week. Episode 10 as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's classed as a milestone, but we'll count it as a milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into double figures. Nice one.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Thank you very much.
And remember
Cheers.
to subscribe to Vape Talk UK. Not just us, Vape Talk UK as well.
Vape Talk UK, that's the important one.
Subscribe to me as well. Subscribe to me, yeah. Every day.
With Penny.
Anyway, right. Well, thank you very much. Cheers for watching.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Toodles.
Next week.
Peace.